Hi there, welcome to Creative Intuition Tarot. My name is MJ. I hope you are well. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I'm really happy to have you here. So today I will be doing our Spring 2022 reading hour because this is the reading for the collective. And let's get straight into it. But before we get into the cards and tarot, a little introduction and then messages from the meditation. So if you want to skip that part, there's a timestamp in the description box below. But I do encourage you to stay. There are some awesome messages there. So let's get straight into it. Astronomical spring. This is the season between March 20th and June 21st. And the first day of spring, the spring equinox, marks the point when daytime and nighttime are equal, right? So the daylight will start increasing. So we have the return of light. There's new light, new life. There are new beginnings and new seeds to plant. There's renewal and growth. So spring it is my favorite season, one that carries a fabulous energetic opportunity and one that brings a joyful, impatient, very exciting expectation of the warmth, of the sun returning, the outburst of greenery, the awakening of nature. So spring welcomes us to a new level of enlightenment as we emerge from the darkness of winter. Okay, so again, as I said, my favorite season, and I am a Scorpio, so that death and rebirth, the return to life, is my energy. So maybe that's why it resonates so much. But I hope that this spring season will be full of magic and abundance for us and growth. But the messages that I have received during the meditation, the first thing that came is self-expression, and it seems that authenticity will be pouring out, almost like water. We won't be able to suppress it any longer, and that's awesome, right? Truth will pour out, and it can relate to any area of life. So it can be truth in pursuing a career path, okay? The way we speak, the way we live, the way we dress, how we conduct ourselves in general. Truth will bring wealth and joy. And remember that wealth goes beyond material, so it can be, for example, emotional or creative wealth. It will be different for everyone, okay? Number 26 was highlighted, maybe of importance, perhaps the 26th of March or April or May. For some, it may be number 8, and similarly, the 8th of the month. If you are drawn to numbers, you may want to check out the meaning of those two. What else? Change, okay? With that self-expression, that is obviously a change. Us revealing the true versions of ourselves. Change that aligns us with our circumstances, with our environment. It's almost like a chameleon, but not in order to disappear, but more to align ourselves to the bigger picture. I hope that makes sense. It may start to make sense as spring moves on, right? So but that's the message that I was given. And flexibility, being able to adjust, are of importance as we go through that change. There are many layers. We all have many colors, again, like this chameleon, and this spring is about showing them all, showing our true colors, all of them. Okay. Another number, this time 33, which is a master number. There is divine presence, some higher power. We are in alignment with the divine creative source. Okay, so maybe that's a part of this message where I said align ourselves to the bigger picture. And now this alignment to divine creative source, what we create this spring, or the seeds that we will plant and then they will grow, is the manifestation of a divine creativity. Okay, so that's huge. This is the time of creation, of birthing, and birthing a new life. And it can be literally, for some it's about pregnancy, or metaphorically. So again, birthing that new life, new version of ourselves. Okay, take it as it resonates. And last but not least, healing. Phenomenal healing flowing through every cell of our bodies. That's the message that I received during my meditation. A rebirth, some kind of release, and very deep relief. Okay, so these are the messages from the meditation. Now let's get to the cards, and we will do a little flower spread for spring. Starting with card number 1 in the center, that will be the theme, the essence of spring. We have the Hierophant. That is a beautiful card to start with. Now card number 2, what is awakening this spring? What is the fresh energy that is coming, that is available to us this spring? Let's see what it is. What is the fresh energy? What is awakening this spring? Remember, this is a general reading for the collective. It may relate to any area of life. And we have the 10 of discs, 10 of coins. In this deck, it speaks of establishment. Beautiful. Now, card number 3 is spring cleaning. So, what are we being told to let go of? What needs to stay in the past? What do we need to let go of? Look at this. I cannot make this up. 3 of Swords. Sorrow. Card number 4 is the lesson learned past winter that is vital to our spring growth. What is the lesson that we learned past winter? And we have Justice. That's a powerful reading. Second major arcana. And card number 5, advice, guidance, encouragement for this spring season, for the collective. What is the message of advice, guidance, encouragement? The universe, that is the world card. This middle row is just major arcanas. So this spring season, absolutely, we have the Prince of Cups, that is the Knight of Cups at the bottom. But spring season is definitely powerful. You know, 3 major arcanas, they never show up to speak of ordinary stuff, right? They always show up to speak of extraordinary things, events. There's definitely growth. We have 10 of discs, so 10, completion and a new beginning, some kind of accomplishment. 5, number of change. And we have the universe, the last card of the major arcana. So again, some kind of completion, accomplishment, a new opening. Definitely a powerful season for the collective. And I said that spring always brings that fabulous energetic opportunity, right? There's rebirth, there's the opportunity to create, to create that new life. And that's spring 2022. Absolutely, there's a beautiful energetic opportunity. So starting with the theme, the essence of spring, and we have the Hierophant. Obviously, every major arcana has many meanings, but the key that came to me immediately was the word commitment. And that is a commitment primarily to our self-development, to our growth, okay? But it can be a commitment. For some, it may be related to a committed relationship. It can be some kind of a contract. Can be about getting married. But primarily, this is about commitment to our self-growth. The Hierophant is someone who's permanently, it's like a permanent for life commitment towards his continuous growth, okay? It may be related to traditional education, but it does feel very spiritual for a lot of us, okay? So we have already put a lot of work into getting here, into getting to the Hierophant energy, right? We have been learning through the past seasons. We have been doing a lot of introspection, and it's not only the last winter. So we've already put a lot of effort and commitment. For those of us who are entering spring into that essence of the Hierophant are those who already put a lot of effort. It's almost like this Hierophant is like a reward. Entering a time of higher learning, okay? And it still can be related to earthly things. It can be business, your, as I said, traditional education, but it does carry a very significant spiritual growth, maturity on all levels. There is expansion of consciousness, some kind of higher understanding, okay? A connection to that divine. And even though the Hierophant, that's the priest, right? It makes us think of the divine. But sometimes makes me think of like a scientist as well, someone who holds the keys to secret knowledge that for some is secret, but they have the ability to understand it. And what's more, they have the ability to explain it to others. The Hierophant is someone who speaks to me, like they share their knowledge. So not only it's the time of that commitment of self-development, but it feels of a ripple effect, especially with the 10 of discs. There's something about sharing the knowledge that we come to, okay? So there's community impact, there's collective impact from that knowing that we have, and again, collective can be about our family, friends. It can be work related, but for some it can be about some kind of spiritual community as well. Now let's move on, because I could probably stay on the Hierophant card for 10 more minutes. But what is awakening? The fresh energy we have. First of all, 10 of discs, establishment. This is the card of completions, accomplishments, accumulation of some kind, and a new beginning with number 10. But I said with that ripple effect, what is awakening, that fresh energy is the ability to create that ripple effect, that we realize, or at least there's a window of opportunity to realize that what we have to say, that what we have to share can create a change in the world. And that is the fresh energy. It feels empowering, that we understand that perhaps the knowledge, the words that we can share, maybe the support, some kind of education, maybe some of us are teachers or are becoming, it has that ripple effect on the world, on that community, whatever community means to you. But the ability to create positive change, even in just our environment, in our world, the fact that we are recognizing the power that we have, that is that fresh energy that is coming, okay? So this is some kind of an accomplishment, again, with number 10, and I said it's a result of the past effort, right? There was already diligent work put to come to the 10 of discs. It means that from the ace, from planting the seed, we have been going through that diligent path to accomplishment, okay? So that is awesome. We start to realize our accomplishments and the strength that we have this spring. Now, spring cleaning, I said, what to let go of, and absolutely let go of sorrow. 3 of Swords, that is heartache, a challenging energy, pain, that is in our mind space and in our heart. So it impacts 2 planes of our existence, right? Our mind and our emotions. It can be about painful memories, definitely thinking, right? Represented by the swords. And this thinking often, like in a loop, keeps us stuck in that painful place. So once again, we are encouraged to let go of that energy of sorrow. It's time of new beginnings, okay? And what is meant to stay in the past should stay in the past. What is very symbolic is the background, that the 3 of Swords, this knight kind of background, it's almost like the same behind the Hierophant, right? So like with this wisdom of the Hierophant, we are able to leave this behind in our past, let go of sorrow. Everything is absolutely okay in this reading, and there's no need to be stuck dwelling in the past. Definitely there's absolutely no need for lack of self-belief, for lack of trust, for lack of faith, because everything is good in here. And I said there's divine presence. There was that message from the meditation, right? And again, represented by the Hierophant. So there is divine presence, and we are in alignment. And being in alignment with that higher power means leaving sorrow, worries, fear, anxiety behind. Okay? The lesson learned past winter that is vital to our spring growth, and that is justice. And justice is balance between our mind and our heart. 3 of Swords is imbalance between mind and heart. This is where the mind hurts the heart. Justice is the balance between mind and heart. And that is the lesson that we have been learning, especially the past winter. And it's crucial, it's vital for our growth this spring, is to remember to maintain that balance. Justice is also about doing what's right. And in case of any doubt, it reminds us that we have the sword of truth, that we are able to see clearly when we follow our intuition, that inner knowing, inner wisdom, but also, again, balance between mind and heart is key for us to make rational, good choices and decisions. Okay? This justice is walking up the stairs, right? So again, there's growth, but this growth requires every step of the way learning to maintain that balance between mind and heart. I know I'm saying this like for the 5th time, but it's highlighted, it's of key importance, okay? Because our mind can be a trickster. Mind likes to control situations, right? It likes to control the outcomes. And in situations where we need to accept unknown and allow things to unfold the way they are meant to, mind creates bad scenarios, bad visions. It creates doubt, right? That's why balance between mind and heart is so important. And last but not least, advice, guidance, encouragement. We have the universe. This is the world card, the last card of Major Arcana. Again, there's balance between light and dark. Okay, so again, balance and harmony is highlighted as advice and guidance for us. Only in harmony and in balance we will be able to make the right choices and move forward and seize all the opportunities that are opening up. You know, the world card, the universe in this deck, that is the portal opening, right? We are entering a new phase of life as we move through spring. That is a true rebirth, a new phase of life in any area of our life, but this is just like in general, we are growing, maturing. That is a new phase, but it can be connected to growth in career, in our spirituality, in our relationships, in awareness. You know best what your situation is, right? But there's balance, and you can see those colors of the chakras, right? So balance in our mind, body, and soul. That's where the harmony is needed. And remember, this card comes as guidance and advice. And we have balance between mind and heart, while this card highlights balance between all of the levels of our existence, mind, body, and soul. Only that way we will be able to proceed and seize all the opportunities, that energetic opportunities that spring 2022 brings. It's only good in front of us. Sorrow is in the past, but we decide if we leave it in the past or if we decide to drag it and carry it with us into the future. Okay, remember that you make choices. Tarot cards tell the story, but we write the ending, right? The Prince of Cups, so that is the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and it speaks of introspection. You know, there's definitely, but again, he sits in that meditative position, very balanced, again, right? It's extremely important to follow that inner voice. But in order to listen to it, we have to give ourselves a little quiet time to allow ourselves to do that introspection. So again, that is a card of encouragement for us to not be afraid, to spend time within, to turn our attention inwards, to explore, because guidance on our path, okay, towards next steps will be coming. It's like this is a never-ending connection. We are encouraged to maintain it, to go within as often as we can, to source information, to source inspiration. Okay, this is a beautiful reading. I hope you enjoyed. The moment I said it's a beautiful reading, the first card that showed up is beauty, so that's very interesting. I am deeply and profoundly beautiful. And beginnings, look at this. I cannot make this up. I cherish all the cycles in my life. So we are entering the cycle of spring, and I am wishing you a great spring season. It will be amazing. Truly carries magical opportunities. So seize them all. Take care of yourself. Stay tuned for the zodiac readings for spring as well if you're interested. and I will see you soon. Bye.